Halo, selamat datang di channel Kurkun lagi. Ini kabar yang sangat mengejutkan teman-teman. Kenapa? Karena Smite bakalan keluar yang versi Smite 2. Dan ini dia ngeklaim kalau misalnya nanti bakal banyak banget perbedaan dari Smite sebelumnya, ya kan? Mulai dari segi grafik, UI, terus dari base engine-nya dan lain-lain. Nah, untuk dari itu, mari kita nonton ya teman-teman ya, pengumuman dari Keynote. Let's go.
We've spent 10 years together in Smite, but now it's time for something new. Something more beautiful than ever before. Something with more impact, more strategy, and more creativity. Something we've all been dreaming about for a long, long time. Introducing
World premiere.
Oh my god.
Woke up this morning.
Bentar, dari sini kayaknya kita akan mendapatkan satu map baru ya teman-teman ya. Dari Smite sebelumnya kan dia kayak di Gladiator. Ini kayaknya mapnya bakalan baru. Oh my god, ini keren banget sih. Dari segi grafiknya oke lah ya, lebih realistis. Long awaited apa tadi? Lihat teman-teman. Ini nih UI-nya baru banget ini. Ini bukan UI yang kemarin. Ini baru banget. Mulai dari active item yang sebelah sini nih, di sebelah kiri active item, terus UI karakter yang kita pakai, HP, mana, skill-skillnya. Wah, ini keren banget sih. Oke. Kalau dari selain UI, apa ini yang baru nih? Dan Smite ini masih pre-alpha ya teman-teman, belum alpha atau beta test, masih pre-alpha. Dia bakalan rilis di spring tahun ini, paling sekitar bulan Maret. Dan built-in Unreal Engine 5. Kayaknya bakal lebih realistis ya sih. Smite tuh. Oke. Sekarang kita apakah ini akan crossplay? Tuh, Closed Alpha Spring 2024. Kita dengarkan keterangan dari ini ya teman-teman ya.
It's not a balanced pass that we're calling a sequel. Smite 2 is the next generation of cross-platform third-person MOBA. This is a true sequel
Berarti yang Smite 2 ini adalah sequel dari versi sebelumnya.
to Smite, fully modernized and rebuilt from the ground up in Unreal Engine 5. That's a 2-generation leap over Smite's Unreal 3, which first released back in 2006. We've got a lot to talk about today. So let's get started.
Smite 2 has all the things you already love about Smite, and so much more. It's got the depth of strategy and tactics that you can only find in a 3-lane MOBA. Competition is core to our DNA, and rest assured that Smite 2 is going to...
BTW yang belum tahu Smite itu game apa? Smite itu game MOBA, tapi kayak FPS gitu.
competitive game that rewards your time and your skill. But unlike those other MOBAs, Smite
Dia
2 is
juga
a
ada
native
kayak
third-person
sistem
combat.
lore, sistem
Whether you're playing
buff,
from MOBAs, shooters,
dan tower
action games,
gitu,
or
guys.
MMOs, you'll feel instantly at
Ya
home.
kayak
And of
MOBA pada
course,
umumnya lah ya.
Smite 2 feels great on keyboard and mouse or on controller.
Bisa dikontrol pakai keyboard atau pakai stick katanya.
Naturally, Smite 2 has a diverse roster of gods representing mythological pantheons from around the world, all updated for UE5. Some, like Loki, stay true to the god you love in Smite 1. They just look a lot better. Others, like Anubis, have incredible new animations and godly effects, flexing the power
Katanya guys, animasinya tuh bakalan lebih fleksibel
of UE5.
sama lebih
Some
bagus.
are reimagined with new abilities. That's right, Ymir's wall now
Dan mungkin ada beberapa new ability ya yang bakalan hadir di Smite 2.
knocks up enemies, and he can use it to rocket jump, at least as much as a frost giant can jump. And some have an all-new look that
Dari
stays
segi
true
grafik
to
sama
their Smite
skill,
1 legacy
kayaknya
while
lebih
updating it
kompleks
for a new
deh.
era. Here's an early look at Smite 2's Neath, who feels much more mythologically appropriate than before.
And of course, Smite 2 has all new gods. Introducing Hecate, whose flowing robes and otherworldly
Nah, ini dia. Tuhan baru ya, gods, new gods.
effects are only
Kayaknya ini
possible in
match deh
UE5.
nanti bakalan.
Hecate, the Greek goddess of
Kalau
sorcery,
dilihat dari
has been the
karakternya
single
ya.
most community requested god for Smite. Players have felt her
Lihat
impact
itu
on Smite
grafiknya,
for
guys.
years through the item
Tapi
Ring of
belum tahu
Hecate.
sih grafik
But
pas
now
di
they will
gameplaynya
finally be able
bakalan
to
kayak
play as
gimana.
the legendary witch herself. Hecate brings an elegant playstyle to Smite 2 with her ranged magical abilities. Her magic allows her to reach through dimensions and even travel
Wah, kayaknya keren sih ini nih.
the liminal space itself. Hecate's flames can guide the way, or her sorcery can bring gods to a halt. The choice is yours. Hecate is the first of 5 all-new gods coming to Smite 2 before launch, but we can't give everything away just yet.
Smite 2 is more than just Smite.
No, mereka mengklaim bahwa Smite 2 itu lebih dari sekedar Smite. Dan mungkin akan ada beberapa improvement ya dari mereka, mulai dari grafik, karakter, ability dan sistemnya mungkin
Smite
mungkin
2 is our chance to go back, take all the learnings from 10 years of making Smite into one of the most successful multiplayer games of all time, and do it all strictly better. Not just better in some ways and worse in others, but undeniably better.
There are improvements you'll see straight away. Smite 2 leverages things like dynamic lighting.
Oh, ini kah? Oke. Oh, dia pakai dual light channel ya teman-teman. Kalau di Smite yang satu dia cuma satu, yang Smite yang baru dia
Using
dua kali.
physically based rendering, cloth simulation, higher polygon counts, and a whole slew of other features that we weren't able to take advantage of in Smite. Our goal has been to enhance the visuals in all areas while preserving the feel of Smite that our players love.
Oke.
We've made improvements of things like animation, effects, environment art, but we're just as proud of the hundreds of little touches. We focused on things that you'll appreciate even if you don't consciously notice them. Smite 2 should just feel better.
For example, something as simple as a jump animation has had a major overhaul,
Oh my god.
allowing for a smoother flow while adding
Jadi mereka tuh ngeklaim teman-teman kalau misalnya nantinya ya di Smite 2 itu kayak animasi lompat, animasi pakai skill, basic attack dan lain-lain itu bakalan lebih smooth dan lebih kayak nyata gitu.
context and impact. Ability effects are all new, taking full advantage of Niagara. Watch how Anher's pillar dissolves into sand, how Chalk's rain wets the ground, and how Ymir's wall freezes the nearby
Ini
environment.
bener-bener
These
perbedaan
effects
banget sih
will
dari
increase
Smite
their
sebelumnya.
immersion in the world and your sense
Jadi
of
kayak lebih
grounding.
realistis gitu.
We looked at every god and made subtle changes to stay true to the god, whether it's a visual balance pass, an overall fresh coat of paint, or
Keren
minor
sih dari
proportional changes
grafik.
so Chalk doesn't have a dab on anymore. No matter how big or small, we've been looking into everything and working hard to really push the boundaries of what Smite 2 can be. Every aspect of the presentation is being considered to create an improved experience.
Smite 2 is also strictly better technically than Smite, in pretty much every way imaginable.
Our new Rally Here backend supports millions of concurrent users. Smite 1 players know that our old monolithic matchmaking core had a tendency of dying long before we had that many players. Smite 2 will have an all-new custom matchmaking system, which is specifically designed to tackle the unique challenges of matchmaking for MOBA. And Ranked will be reimagined with a brand new system that aims to bring the competition to more players than ever, while creating a true uncapped battle for the #1 spot in the world.
Smite 1's UI runs on Flash. Yes, that.
Nih, di sini kita bakalan ngebahas, mereka bakal ngebahas UI dari Smite 2 itu
which has
sendiri.
long kept us from creating a modern
Ini buat profil ya, buat profil di sebelah bawah tadi kan ada tuh guys.
UI with polish and performance.
Dah, ini something new guys. Ini sesuatu yang baru banget ini. Kalau di Smite yang sebelumnya dia nggak bakal kayak gini nih. Dia itu lebih ke kayak bentuk klasik ya. Jadi kayak gini nih. Nah kayak gitu tuh. Ini kayaknya baru banget sih. Dan ini apa ya, di game sebelah juga ada kayak gini. Cuma tampilannya ini lebih modern aja.
That's finally possible in Smite 2.
And Smite 2 is a next-gen native title, taking full advantage of modern hardware. Smite 2 will support full crossplay
Dan yang penting Smite 2 dia bakalan crossplay.
across PC, Steam Deck, Xbox Series X,
Ini
and
ya
S,
si
and
yang
PlayStation
bikin
5.
seru.
Smite 2 is a game where fighting feels strictly better than ever, so you can feel more like a god with additional impact on every hit. Weapon movements leave trails, making attacks more visible. Upper and
Tuh ada efek-efek yang kayak apa sih namanya ya? Kayak trial gitu loh guys. Kayak wus, terus ada kayak bayang-bayangan di belakang. Itu yang dari Smite 1 nggak ada.
lower body animations are more in sync, positioning
Dan di
your
Smite 2 ini bakal dihadirkan.
character within the action. Specific
Kayak
animations and
partikel-partikelnya
effects have
gitu
been
loh.
retuned to add more impact than before.
Ini buat tampilan ya teman-teman ya. Ini yang sebelah sini nih, yang sebelah sini nih Smite 1. dan yang sebelah sono, yang sebelah kiri itu adalah Smite 2. Tapi dari segi grafiknya kayak lebih ngeblur gitu ya. Lebih realistis yang sebelah kanan sih, Smite yang dulu sih. Coba dari UI aku suka yang UI sekarang maksudnya. Yang UI di Smite 2 yang akan datang itu bagus banget. Coba dari segi grafik sih mungkin karena ini masih alpha ya. Pre-alpha test gitu. Mungkin belum disempurnakan juga. Kalau misalnya tampilannya tuh bakal kayak Smite yang dulu tuh, yang sebelah sini nih, tuh bakal lebih keren menurutku ya, karena detailing dari desain karakternya tuh lebih kelihatan daripada Smite yang ada di sebelah kiri, yang Smite 2.
CC status and immunity are now clearly communicated on nameplates, so it's easier to read the flow of combat. And work has been done on the UI and user experience to make sure you truly feel when you're hitting your enemies and being hit.
And perhaps most importantly, it's a game with strictly better tactical and strategic depth than Smite 1. We've completely overhauled the idea of items and relics in Smite 2 to open the doors for more creativity, expression, and experimentation in every game you play. First up, relics are gone, at least as you
Reliknya katanya bakal dihilangin loh.
know them. Now every god has 2 buttons by default, purification bead.
Bentar, aku gagal fokus guys. Ini kan tampilan Smite yang kemarin ya kan? Apakah kayak jalan-jalan itu bakal dihilangi? Mungkin ya, detailing kayak gitu kalau misalnya dihilangin sih menurutku bakalan sayang banget ya. Ini tampilan Smite 1 dan ini
at least as you know.
Tampilan Smite 2. Tuh.
Experimentation in every game you play. First up, relics are gone, at least
Tapi dia lebih ngedetailing deep shadow-nya, bayangannya tuh.
as you know them.
Tuh.
Now every god has 2 buttons by default. Purification beads to immune crowd
Dan
control,
UI-nya di
and a
bawah
boarding
tuh
slot used
menurutku lebih
specifically for your choice
useful
of
ya.
vision control options.
Kayak lebih simple gitu
What about
dan
the other former
buat
relic options and
player
items?
pemula
Well,
mungkin bakal
now your
lebih
entire
mudah
6-slot
dimengerti sih.
item inventory could potentially have an activated effect.
Oke.
By a
Itu
button.
buat item-item
If you
yang
want
aktif
blink,
ya.
Buy a blinking amulet. And don't worry, if you don't want to think about using any extra buttons in combat, you can still build items that are focused on stats and passives instead. The choice is yours in this new system.
The item store is now easier to navigate, with an entirely new way to build items.
Dan apakah Smite 2 ini beli itemnya bisa di luar base?
Want a cooldown item
Atau
and don't want to
masih
scout 30
mengadopsi
infantries?
sistem sebelumnya?
Don't want to have to decide now
Yang harus
what
dalam
finished
base.
item you'll need in 5 minutes? Don't worry, just build a bow, and every single item with attack speed can be built
Oh, masih di dalam base guys, nggak berubah.
out of that bow. And you'll have more creative builds than ever before. Gods are no longer just magical or physical. Each god will now have
Tapi
2
dari
different
segi
sources of
efeknya
power,
sih
strength and intelligence.
gila banget guys.
Different abilities within each god's kit will scale differently, and all gods will be able to build all items. Face Punch Ymir with crit is back. Hunters that used to do it all like Kurnanos now will need to build int in order to increase damage on certain abilities, like his polymorph. And new hybrid utility options let Chalk build
Ini menurutku next level dari Smite 1 ya, dari segi UI.
int to buff his healing.
And there's even more new in Smite 2 to reward you for tactically and creatively playing the Conquest map.
Bisa nge-ambush sekarang. Mantap.
Ambush your enemies from new stealth zones, and make clutch rotations through portals connecting outer lanes. Battle against the Fire Giant, fully equipped with new abilities and new tactical approaches. Like the back door you can open to sneak in for a steal. Earn game-changing buffs as you defeat the Gold Fury, culminating in the Ancient Fury, a new game-ending objective. Gain every advantage through mastering new lane and jungle mechanics. New minion formations and siege minions will make laning more rewarding, while an evolving jungle introduces new strategy to jungling. And there's an all-new way to intentionally interact with the map through a button press. Use this to fight over the Warhorn, which strengthens your minions, or to pick up a
Oh, sekarang lebih interaktif ya. Harus dipencet dulu.
buff. That's right, there are no more accidental buff pickups in Smite 2.
As we've said before, Smite 2 is a true sequel to Smite and a new standalone game. So let's address the question on everyone's mind. Existing
Tapi semoga saja ya teman-teman ya. Semoga saja Smite 2 ini nggak terlalu berat gitu. Soalnya kalau Smite 1 tuh di PC ku yang tergolong mid level berat banget.
content from Smite 1 will not directly transfer to Smite 2. But don't worry, just because your content doesn't directly transfer doesn't mean we're not rewarding our loyal players in Smite 2 for their time, money, and accomplishments.
First, let's talk about why we are not directly transferring content. Smite 2 is a multi-generational leap from Smite 1.
Nah, kalian bisa lihat guys di sini nih.
directly.
yang menurutku agak
transferring
sayang ya, tapi
Smite 2
menurutku pribadi agak sayang. Ini Smite 1. Lihat tuh, detailnya kayak gitu tuh guys. Kayak ada garis-garisnya tepi ya. Ini Smite 1.
is a
Dan
multi-generational leap from Smite
ini Smite 2.
1, moving from Unreal 3 to Unreal 5. That means we have to completely rework or recreate every piece of content for it to function in Smite 2.
Tuh. Minusnya menurutku pribadi itu di situ karena detailing dari hero tuh jadi daya tarik tersendiri sih menurutku.
Currently, because we want to make sure all the content that goes into Smite 2 is strictly better, it takes about 2 months of work to get one skin from Smite to Smite 2. And that's if we just port it with effects, without making other meaningful improvements.
As of today, there are about 1,600 skins in Smite, excluding Mastery skins. To just port every skin to Smite 2, it would take about 246 person years of work. And we couldn't do that and make Smite 2 as amazing as we knew it could be if we started fresh.
When we started
Berarti ini beda banget nih ya. Beda banget ya. Kayak misalnya mungkin guys. Kalau dari perkataannya tadi sih Smite 1 sama Smite 2 itu skinnya bakal berbeda ya katanya. Dan itu merupakan sesuatu yang fresh. Sesuatu yang baru. Mungkin bakal direset nggak sih?
started this project, we made this hard call. We believed that our players wanted a better version of Smite more than anything else.
So what will you get in Smite 2? Introducing Legacy Gems and Divine Legacy.
Ini nih. Ini beberapa fitur yang ada di Smite 1 terus ditransfer ke Smite 2 ya. Kalau Smite 1 tuh namanya Legacy Gems.
2 systems designed to make sure you get rewarded for your time, money, and achievements.
Whether you grinded out daily
Sorry guys, salah.
logins or went hard on your gem sales, your legacy gems will be waiting for you in Smite 2. You'll receive
Bukan. Masih sama guys, masih sama ya.
legacy gems in Smite 2 equal to every single gem you've ever spent in Smite 1, free or purchased. Your legacy gems can be used to pay for 50% of most in-game purchases in Smite 2. So things like events, skins, battle passes, and Smite 2 will all be half off until you spend all of your legacy gems. And if you purchase any Smite 2 Founders Packs, we'll give you double your legacy gems, giving you the equivalent purchasing power to the gems you already spent in Smite 1.
Berarti legacy gem, skin dan lain-lain yang misalnya kalian udah punya akunnya ya di Smite 1 itu bakalan diganti katanya sama legacy gem yang baru katanya. Tapi kalau misalnya kalian beli kayak bundle-nya, kayak Battle Pass lah mungkin Battle Pass, dia bakal dapat 2 kali lipat katanya.
Stay tuned for more info on Smite 2's Founders Packs as we get closer to release.
And Year 11 of Smite 1 comes with an all-new feature, Divine Legacy, going live in the first update of Year 11. Through the Divine Legacy, you'll be rewarded for your progress.
Ini versi Divine Legacy. Battle Pass-nya ya teman-teman ya, dan tampilannya lebih oke lah daripada Smite 1.
For each year of Smite's history. We've tracked the gods you've mastered, the ranked matches you've lost, the skins you've unlocked, and the match hours you've played. You earn points for your progress in each year, and your points are tallied together.
UI-nya tuh lebih jelas daripada yang sebelumnya.
Smite 2 badges to show off some of your amazing Smite 1 achievements, your rare skins, and your exact mastery level and star count on each god. Plus, you'll unlock up to 11 skins in Smite 2
lihat
free. One for each.
Apa tuh? Bentar guys. Ini nih tampilan yang Smite 1 kan ya. Dan ini dia tampilan Smite 2 buat Divine Legacy.
One for each year of Smite. Even if you don't plan to move to Smite 2, the Divine Legacy has some amazing rewards for you. You'll get to choose any unlimited tier 4 and any unlimited tier 5 to unlock absolutely free in Smite 1.
And if you've started Smite more recently, don't worry. You can still make progress on your Divine Legacy throughout Year 11 and eventually unlock all the rewards. There's something else brand new coming to Smite in Year 11, cross-gen skins. With Smite 2 approaching, we built a whole new skin production pipeline to make content that you'll get both in Smite 1 and in Smite 2. You can unlock 2 cross-gen skins today with the Smite Legacy Pass DLC, available now in Smite. This pack includes the new cross-gen Untamed Bellona skin, the new cross-gen Batty Bat Jingwei skin, a boost to Divine Legacy progress in Year 11, and more.
There's not just 1 or 2 cross-gen skins this year. Every new gem purchasable skin released in Smite in year 11 will be a cross-gen skin, unlocked for you in
Keren-keren
Smite
sih.
2 as soon as that god is available to play. And as an added benefit, you'll get legacy gems in Smite 2 for every gem you spend on these cross-gen skins.
Get legacy gem in Smite 2 for every gem you spend on cross-gen skin. Oke.
For any Smite 1 content.
We're so excited for the cross-gen content that we're kicking off
Bakal
year 11
ditransfer
with
gitu
2
ya.
all-new events built around the concept. First, battle passes are now cross-gen passes. Second, the Immortal Honor event, where we'll
Ini
reveal 2
tampilan
new
Smite yang
gods
kemarin loh.
transitioning to Smite 2 every month.
And it's important to make clear once again,
Keren banget anjir
Smite 2
skinnya.
is a true sequel. Smite 1 and all of your Smite 1 content will remain live and available for you to play even after Smite 2 releases.
I know we threw a lot of information at you today about Smite 2 and the Divine Legacy process. We've put together a rundown at smite2.com/FAQ. We'll also continue to update you nonstop as more information about Smite 2 comes out, so follow @SmiteGame on YouTube, Instagram, TikTok, Facebook, and Twitter. I mean X. You know what I mean.
We are committed to Smite 2 for years to come, and as a competitive game, that commitment starts with esports. 2024 will be a transition year for the esports scene, as the Titan Forge esports ecosystem moves from
E-sportnya
Smite
kalau di
to
luar
Smite
tuh
2,
gede banget ya.
and evolves to answer a
Smite
few of the community's
di Indonesia
most
jarang.
frequently heard
Bukan jarang sih,
concerns.
malah nggak ada kayaknya.
More lands where you can join together in the audience and cheer on your favorite teams. A return of region-based rivalries with their unique metas. No more requirements for pros to live in Atlanta, allowing anyone to compete regardless of where they are from. An esports scene that is more open to anyone with the skill to win. And more freedom for players to sign sponsorship deals with whomever they want to. Introducing the Smite 2 Founders Series. A series of LAN majors that will build the foundation
Langsung ada
of
itunya,
Smite 2
kompetisinya.
Starting during
Founder.
Smite 2's alpha, teams will be able to form freely under a banner of their choice and play in online qualifiers. The best teams will earn their spots to play live at a Smite 2 LAN major. These majors will be held in front of a live audience around the world. We can confirm today that in year 1 of Smite 2 esports, there will be at least one major in the United States, and for the first time since 2017, competitive Smite will be played in front of a crowd at a major in Europe or the UK. Be sure to follow the Smite Pro X account to learn more about Smite 2 Founder Series and how you can take part.
When we started development on Smite 2, we wanted to make the first great MOBA since Smite. We think we're on the right track, but we're not done yet. There's a lot of work still left to be done.
We're going to need your help to make Smite 2 as amazing as it can be, because we believe the best games are developed alongside their communities. We've already begun early testing with SPL pros, Olympians, and some of your favorite content creators. Their feedback has been shaping the direction of Smite 2 for months.
We expect you'll be able to get your hands on Smite 2 this spring in early alpha testing. Go to smite2.com right now to register for an alpha code. Keep in mind, this will be a true alpha.
Tuh guys, yang pengen ngerasain alpha testnya, kalian bisa ke www.smite2.com. Terus nanti kalian bakal ada kayak pilihan pre-register. Nanti kalian bakalan dapat kode buat ngetes.
Game will still be rough around the edges and even in the middle.
Nanti kita bakalan
but we
bikin
want you in
kontennya
the
ya.
game to get your feedback as soon as we can, so that we're sure we're making the Smite 2
Dan semoga
that you
tidak
all want to
mengecewakan
play.
banget sih.
For a few of you here in attendance
Semoga
at
sesuai
Esports Stadium
ekspektasiku.
Arlington, you'll get a special chance to play a private test of Smite 2 this weekend.
There's so much more we can't wait to tell you about Smite 2. We didn't even have time to mention that voice packs in Smite 2 are now just unlocked automatically with each god. At 1:30 p.m. Eastern Time on Sunday, January 14th, immediately following the Smite Year 11 show match, we'll be live on stage here at Esports Stadium Arlington and streaming everywhere online for our very first Smite 2 Dev Insight show. We'll talk more about our goals for Smite 2, showcase some development footage, and try to give a lot more detail about our vision for Smite 2.
And from now until alpha, we're going to be diving deep on a new feature every week. We'll cover some things we've touched on here today and some we just didn't have time to get to, like our improved audio system and how conquest roles are changing. If you want to be sure to get all the latest news, wishlist Smite 2 on Steam, Xbox, PlayStation, and Epic Games Store today, and follow @SmiteGame everywhere.
To all those watching in Arlington or at home, thank you for making the Smite community strong. We can't wait to take this first step into the next chapter of Smite with all of you. And with that, it's time for the Smite World Championship.
So, oke teman-teman ya, semoga ekspektasiku sesuai semoga gamenya bakal rilis sesuai ekspektasi kita ya teman-teman ya di Smite 2. Tapi kalau dilihat dari tadi sih kayak bakal ada something new dan something different dari Smite 1. Ya, semoga aja sesuai sama ekspektasi lah ya. Kita akan tunggu. Gimana nih? Kalian tertarik nggak? Kalau tertarik, download aja atau nggak sekarang bisa pre-register di www.smite2.com. Nanti kalau pas buka alpha test kita paling April ya, atau enggak spring lah. Nanti kalian bisa coba gamenya. Oke, sampai di sini dulu. Jumpa kita di hari ini. See you on the next video. Jangan lupa di subscribe dan juga komen. Bye bye.